What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video and welcome to my monthly trophy update video. In this video what I do is I look back retrospectively every month and talk about the games I've been playing, the trophies I've been earning, how I've been earning them, how I've been finding the games, the struggles, are they good games, all that good stuff. Now this video is going to be December of 2020. This video is coming out and being recorded on the 31st of December, the last day of 2020. And I'm not sure about you, but I'm pretty happy to see the end of 2020 and move on to bigger, better, happier times in 2021.
Go away!
So sit back, relax. Hopefully while you're watching this video, you're grinding out some difficult trophies, and if you are, let me know. I always like to know when I'm helping somebody, helping a fellow traveller grind through those difficult trophies. Before we begin, don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff, and let's begin with the video. Okay, so first things first, what I want to do, just like I did last month, is I want to show you both the last month's stats and this month's stats straight away so we can get an idea as to how much I've grown as a trophy hunter, as a gamer. So as you can see above, we have my trophy list at the end of November 2020, and then down below we have my current list as of the end of December 2020. Now just like last video, I've made this quickly and I like it to be a genuine reaction, so I haven't actually had a look at it yet. So let's have a little bit of a dabble and see what we can see. So I've gone from level 611 to 615. I've gained 7 platinum trophies, a lot more, well, a few more golds, a few more silvers and a few more bronzes. We don't really care about the exact numbers, and I don't have the brain capacity to work out those maths off the top of my head. So my country rank has gone from 342 to 334, which I actually think is pretty good considering I've only earned 7 platinums this month. This month's been a really slow month, guys, being totally honest with you. When you actually see the games I've been playing, you'd be really wondering what I've actually been doing with my time, because I just haven't, I've been really busy. I think I'm blaming YouTube. You know, I've been really enjoying making videos. I set my schedule in December where I was making 3 videos a week even, and that has been quite time consuming, easily 20 to 25 hours a week I'm spending on YouTube at this point, and that's just taken away from my ability to game, but I love it, so I'm not complaining. It just means I've played less games this month. So on that, you can see my trophies per day have gone down from 7.94 to 7.89. I think 8 trophies per day is quite hard to maintain. Over the next year or 2 years, that'll probably dip down, but I don't really care about that anyway. Now you'll see my unearned trophies. I have 10 less unearned trophies this month, which makes you think, and you can probably see by looking at Crash Bandicoot, I've clearly been cleaning up a game that's been on my backlog or been on my list for years. I'm talking years, and I have, which I'll talk about a little bit later on. My completion has gone from 98.64 to 98.76, so really closing on at 99%. I'll definitely get that by the end of next year. I think I'll probably get it in the next 3 or 4 months. So the goal for the end of 2021 would be like 99.3 or 4% completion. I'd love to get 99.5. I don't think I'm going to play enough games to get there, but we'll see. So as you can see, I've completed 8 games, so one of the games I finished didn't have a platinum trophy, and I've played a total of 386 games now. Alright guys, let's move on to PSN profiles and we'll break down what I've actually been playing and we'll talk about it. Alright my friends, so here we are on the glorious PSN profiles. Now I've already started bang on the 1st of December, and you can already see I started off this month gloriously, really strong, by hitting up an amazing stack, easy platinum of Snakeboat Autorific Arcade. I already spoke about this one in November. It's one of the easiest platinums ever. You basically just you sail in this boat as a snake for 10 minutes and get a platinum trophy. It's absolutely grubby and diabolical. It's pretty much a shamble, this game at this point. It's not even a game, it's like somebody's basically taken this arcade, this 10-minute game. It's literally taken somebody 2 hours to make this game, and somehow Sony have allowed it to be ported to PlayStation 4 as an actual game with a platinum. It's actually quite shameful by Sony that they've actually allowed such a terrible game on their console, but it is what it is. The next one isn't much better. As you can see, we've got chickens on the road twice. Come on, guys, you know me by this point. You know I just can't refuse those easy plats. I just love them. Eat them up. Again, it's just literally just drive and you hit chickens on a road. It is ridiculously easy. Again, one of the fastest platinums, almost as fast as road buses, which is about 3.5 minutes. This year's really been the year for disgustingly easy platinums, for better or for worse. It's definitely for worse. I know I'm saying this, I'm playing them, I understand that's a little bit hypocritical, but as I've said in the past, like I I do care about the leaderboard, and when every time 2 or 3 easy games come out every month, that's like 30 to 35 easy plats a year. And if you don't play those games, you just fall behind. 35 platinums is literally probably about 10 to 20 places on the leaderboard. So if you don't play them, you do fall behind. And we all like those little endorphin rushes when you see the platinum trophies pop. That is ultimately what happens. So although I kind of think I would prefer they weren't there, but if they're going to be there, I'm probably going to play them, unfortunately. And that's just maybe something I need to look at in the new year. Going on, the next game is Prehistoric Dude. Now, I actually got a code for this from Wovit.com. It's a Radlakia game. It is a platforming game. It's really easy. It's a 33-minute platinum. I'm at the stage where I don't want to do game reviews on all of them just because I get codes, because they don't do that well. Not that many people want to search for them, and not everyone wants to watch a full video about it, so I thought I'd rather just talk about it for a little bit in these videos. You basically play as this guy with a club, you run around, you do some basic platforming. Now, I know I say I don't like platforming, and I don't, but I don't mind an easy platinum. I've tried to make a quick edit and a quick cut in this video, guys, because I've literally just received my new PC. It's literally just come on the doorbell. The doorbell's just ran. I just ran downstairs like an eager little child to get my new PC, and it's downstairs ready to be opened at this very time. And that's why I'm actually really out of breath, because I am incredibly unfit, despite the fact that I went for a run this morning. But as I was saying, Prehistoric Dude, it's an okay game. It's like £4. It's an easy platinum. It's not difficult. You don't need a guide. You can pretty much just read what you need to do. Yeah, guys, if you want to pick it up, play an easy plat, by all means, go for it. It's just, there's nothing special about it. It's not a bad platforming Radlakia game. It's not a good one either. It's just, the average trollop that they normally put out. So if you play Radlakia games, you know what you're in for. You know what to expect with this one, a platforming game that's easy enough to get a platinum in 30-35 minutes. Next up is Jetset Knights. Now, this is a game that I actually did a review of. It's quite a good little game, I have to say. I enjoyed it a little bit more. It's like an indie sort of princess defense. It's kind of like a platformer, but rather than progress upwards, what you do is enemies descend down the level, and there's a princess at the bottom of the game, and you just defend her. You set up barricades, you use your bow and arrows, you use your swords, and it's actually not bad. It's quite easy. There's only like 5 levels you have to do. It took me an hour. It's a bit of skill to start with, because a little bit of platforming, hack and slash combat. But after 20 minutes, you pretty much master the game, and you just sort of get through it that way. It's not difficult when you get the hang of it. I think I'll give it a 3 out of 10 in my review. If you want to watch a more in-depth opinion of it, of what I think of it, obviously go check out my review. I don't want to talk about it too much because I already have. But not a bad game, and as you can already tell, looking at that, there's a big jump in the platinum. So I earned Chickens on the Road and Snakeboat and Prehistoric Dude all in one day on the 1st of December. And then my next platinum wasn't until the 16th of December. And that is because of this big game, which you can see here, which is American Fugitive. Now, I reviewed this game. I hated this game. It took me like 2.5 weeks, almost 50 hours to earn the platinum trophy in this game. So although I haven't been gaming that much, I still managed to fit in 15 to 20 hours in the first 2 weeks to play this game. It is an over-the-top prison escape game, and I thought it was going to be like a roguelike. So you escape prison every time, and you gather resources, and you commit crimes, and you live as long as you can. It's not like that at all. It's like a GTA over-the-top game where you run around, rob houses, drive cars terribly, shoot a few people now and then. It isn't that good, and I had a massive corrupt save file. If you've watched my review, you've already seen this. I encourage you to watch it. It's 15 minutes of me rambling. I'm pretty much hating on this game. I paid £4 for it. For £4, if you're not going to get the platinum, it'll give you 5 hours of entertainment, 6 hours. So it's okay if you think of it that way, but if you actually can go for the plat, which I know most of you guys who watch my videos are platinum trophy hunters, it's probably one to miss. It's not a hard list, it's just the time travels can be quite difficult. So there's racing. The racing controls are so bad that it takes quite a while to master. But other than that, the game's pretty easy as long as you back up your save files. And to be fair, it was a very rare trophy for myself, so I'm quite happy with that. And actually, in fact, I've actually earned 2 more ultra rares this month and about 11 or 12 very rares this month, which is a really good month for me. It is something I want to do, which we'll talk about a little bit later on in my second next game. So next we've got Even the Ocean. Total honestly, I got this game again. I got a code for this. I'm going to talk about this one because I don't want to make a whole video about this one, because again, it's a 5-minute platinum. You can platinum this. I couldn't really make a video any shorter than the time it takes to platinum trophy this game. So for me, I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think you guys really want to see it. It's an easy plat, guys. That's all you need to do. It's basically, there's a full game in there, but there's cheats and you can basically warp to the end of the game, do it, and then leave. And it's a 5-minute plat. Is it worth buying? I don't know. I got a code for it, so that's kind of why I wanted to play it, and I thought if it was good I would review it, but I'm at the point now where I'm not going to review every bad game when there are times that it's not worth it for me. Like, it's better for me just to pay the £4 and get the game than actually spend 3 hours making a video on it, which nobody's going to watch because nobody cares about it, and that's kind of what Even the Ocean and Prehistoric Dude sort of fit that criteria. But again, 23rd of December I played that, 2 days before Christmas. I think I wanted to get more platinums at this point because I just finished American Fugitive and I thought, I want to get a few more plats so I can actually have something to talk about in this video, because at the time I was like, I've only played like 4 games and some of them are just so easy and so not worth talking about. I wanted to talk about something. Easy plat, if you want to do it, do it. If you kind of are, you don't want to have those stay in your trophy list. I mean, it's a 97% rare trophy, platinum trophy, so it's ridiculously easy. Anything that's more than like 80%, you know, it's just an easy plat at this point. Okay, next up is a game I'm going to review next week, so I don't want to talk about too much, but I'm going to talk about a little bit, which is Praetorians Hd Master. So this game came out in 2005 for the PC. Guys, I love RTS games. Real-time strategies are probably in my top 3 favourite genres of all time. I just love them, and it's weird because I love them so much, but I'm actually a console gamer primarily. I don't really play PC at all. And, you know, there's loads of RTS on the PC, and I've only played a couple of RTS games this year, being Ancestor's Legacy, which is a pretty good RTS, and then Praetorians Hd Master. This game is brilliant. I don't want to give away too much because I'm going to do an in-depth, probably a 15 to 20 minute review on this game next week. I loved it. It's a HD remaster that holds up so well. You know, RTS games, you don't expect much graphics wise, you know, you don't expect that, but the combat is just phenomenal. Great, there's lots of unit types, there's lots of strategy involved in this one. It's just a really it's a really simple RTS, but the levels design and the story missions just involve a lot of strategy, and I love it for it. It's amazing when an RTS, the model that it serves you is really basic, so anybody can pick it up and play it, but to finish the levels you have to be able to think, use your actual, you know, use real-time strategy to solve the puzzles of the game. Now, I did use a guide at times because some levels are really difficult, but I just loved it, and the way you can tell by the way I'm speaking about it how much I enjoyed playing it. And I just want to say, I'll go into the list because the trophy list is really, really simple, but if you go down the bottom, we can see I have lots and lots of very rares. In fact, what I managed to earn from this is, I think there's 11 very rares on this list, which I was really happy about. But basically, all you have to do is just finish the game. That is there's no platinum. But basically there's 20 levels and a tutorial level, and you just need to finish them all and you get the platinum trophy. They do become difficult, the first 10 are really easy, and then the next 5 are a little bit more difficult, and then the last 5 are quite tough. Each level takes about 45 minutes to an hour and a half depending on difficulty. It's so much fun. If you love RTS games, you can pick this up for like £8. I got a code for this one as well, but you know guys, I've just been slating Even the Ocean, I've been slating Prehistoric Dude. I got codes for both of those, and I'm not afraid to say, just because I got a code, that the games are good. I love this one. But more in my full depth review. So next I want to talk about the game I've been playing recently. You've probably already seen it. It is Crash Bandicoot Warped. We'll come up at the top. So when I started this in January of 2018. No, December 2018. 2 years ago I started this game, and guys, I'm not a platformer and I found it really difficult. I found Crash Bandicoot 1 really hard and I left it and I went straight to Crash Warped because Crash Warped was the one I remember the most playing as a kid. On the PlayStation 2 or 1, I played it the most, and that was sort of when I was like maybe, I don't know, 7 or 8, I was sort of when I was getting more of a grasp, and I remember a lot more of the levels, but I think I was just so fatigued with how difficult Crash Bandicoot was that I just left Crash Bandicoot Warped. Crash Bandicoot Warped, so far, the actual game's pretty easy. The time trials aren't easy, but the actual just playing the game and getting all the gems is actually quite easy, nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. But also I want to say on this game, so if you're trying to increase your trophy list, if you're trying to increase your percentage completion, guys, this is some really good advice for you. It's better to clean up old games and take on new games. So I'm at the point now, guys, where every single game I finish, my completion rate goes up by 0.01% max. Sometimes it takes 2-3 games to go up by 0.02% of a completion, which is crazy. When I started Crash this month, I was on 27% for the completion of the game. It's now on 72%, and I've went from 98.68% to 98.76% completion, almost 0.1% from one game. So it's really worth cleaning up the games that are half finished on your list and taking on new games. So I'm kind of thinking that by the time I finished Crash Bandicoot, I would have went up by almost maybe a whole 0.2%, which is, when you're at 98% completion, that is absolutely phenomenal. and I really, that's the main reason why I'm doing it. I mean, I'm already about 10 hours in and I'm quite crashed out. I will not have Crash Bandicoot done, but Crash 3 is going to be done this month, hopefully. Well, by the end of January, hopefully. I've done 6 time trials. The first world's not too tough, but the difficulty does ramp up very quickly. So we'll see. I'll be pulling my hair out by the end of this month. Guys, you know I don't like platformers. I struggle with them. I struggle with the repetitiveness of them, and at times I don't like when it's not skill dependent, because I don't think Crash necessarily is skill dependent. It is, but it's also just level dependent. So, for example, when you're running away from the dinosaurs and stuff, when you're running towards the camera, it's a lot less skill dependent. It's a lot more memory dependent. For example, I don't mind when you're going forward because you can see what you need to do. You need to use skill to figure out where you're going to go. But when you're just running down, it's just literally memorizing levels, and I just don't like that too much. It is skill, memorizing levels, but it's not like more reactive skill where you're responding to things happening. It's just not the same. It's more like you die, you learn where you go, and you die, you repeat. Is that skill, or is it just memory? I mean, obviously there's some skill involved, and I know, for example, that's actually when I speak about my good friend Joel all the time in these videos at the moment. And whenever we talk on the podcast about Dark Souls, he does say, they're skill dependent, but they aren't 10 out of 10s. It is memorizing movement patterns and things like that. Now that is a lot more skill based than Crash Bandicoot, because that's more reactive. Yes, you need to learn the skills. You have to memorize the skills, the attack patterns, but you have to be able to recognize when they're going to happen. Whereas Crash Bandicoot, it's a lot of time it's all static. So you know the level. You just need to learn the level design, and then you're okay. And I'm learning that during the time trials. That's more than what you have to do. You just need to learn where you need to go at the exact times, and then know what to anticipate. And it's doable. But we'll see. We'll see when I do it. I'm going to review this game again. So hopefully this month, because next month's going to be, hopefully, fingers crossed, Bloodborne. So hopefully I'll memorize the movement patterns, and I'll be able to tell you in detail when I do my review what I thought about this game. Okay guys, that's pretty much the whole deal. It hasn't been a really busy month this month for trophies for myself, but just because I've been busy with YouTube, the games I've been playing have been quite time consuming. I mean, Praetorians took me about 15 hours to finish, American Fugitive took 50, and then Crash Bandicoot, 10-15 hours, and that's pretty much all I've really had time for. I hope you all have an amazing New Year. It is, as of today, is the last day of 2020, so Happy New Year if you're watching this as of tomorrow, and I hope you had a great Christmas. I got quite a good few games for Christmas. I got quite an even more backlog, and it really makes me think what games I want to play going forward. I think next month it's going to be Crash Bandicoot. I think I'm going to start Bloodborne, or I'm going to start Destroy Humans. I'm not too sure. I kind of want to wait until I get a PS5 before I play Bloodborne, and my thinking is this. It will be better frame rate, of course, but I'm going to die a lot, and when I die a lot, I want to have fast loading screens so I can load straight back in. I don't want to be waiting like 30 seconds to a minute when I could be waiting 10 seconds. So I think my PlayStation 5 would make my experience a lot more enjoyable, and I'm also thinking as well, same for Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm not going to play it in the next 6 months, but when I do play it, the loading screens will really make the game more bearable. So hopefully, when I get my PlayStation 5, I don't think I'm going to get it in January because of life. It actually turns out January is quite an expensive month for me, being totally honest with you guys. I pay my car insurance annually in January. Terrible idea, I know. So, that takes a few £100 out of my pocket before I even start, plus MOTs. So in the UK you have to get your car MOT'd every year, so basically you get to check to make sure it's roadworthy, and my car's getting a little bit old and it might fail. So that could also be another couple £100. So that's basically my PlayStation 5 money gone. I had PlayStation 5 money saved, and it's going to probably be gone. So I'm thinking more like February or March. But on other news, my new PC's come. It's downstairs. I can't wait to get it set up. Hopefully the podcast is going to get so much better. I can, hopefully, if you watch my podcast, you can notice that it's 720p, and I don't use this posh camera that I've got, and that's because it just collapses my laptop. That's all for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching. What have you been playing this month? Let me know down below. How many plats have you earned? What games are you working on? What games are you currently working on right now? Are you listening to this while grinding out a game? I do want to know. It's cool. It makes me feel, like I've got a purpose when I know I'm helping someone grind out a difficult game. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out my Discord if you want to have a chat with me or any of my other awesome Discord server members. They're all awesome. And take it easy.